Hi, welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's episode is very important. I started this video series because I wanted to provide something that was inspiring to people in their kitchens. I wanted to be encouraging and really get people excited about going into their kitchens and cooking. And that is still my goal. But today, I want to talk about something that's very important, which is the ethics of what we cook. And I want to start out by saying that I am not vegetarian. I've never been a vegetarian. Because I'm going to talk about the meatpacking industry today, and I want you to know that I don't have a bias about this. I am presenting information from reputable news sources that I'm going to share with you. I'll admit I am a very privileged person. I still have my job. I live in a safe neighborhood. I'm healthy and my loved ones are healthy. And I am so grateful for all those things. But with that privilege comes a responsibility. I have choices that I make every time I shop for myself and every time I shop for my clients. And we're given choices right now that are very challenging. I want to talk about the meatpacking industry and how COVID-19 has impacted the workers at those plants. As you probably know, there have been outbreaks at several meat processing plants around the country. And some of them shut down temporarily, and then there was an executive order that was placed requiring that all of these meatpacking plants reopen so that there's not a glitch in the food supply chain, I should say. And it's pretty dire out there right now. Okay, I have my computer and I'm looking at the website for the Food and Environment Reporting Network, also known as FERN. And this website is updated every day. And here we go. I wanted to share with you a few data points just to give you an idea of what's really going on out there. For example, in Waterloo, Iowa, there's a Tyson Foods plant, which is a pork processing plant. 2,800 workers are employed there. 1,031 of those employees have been diagnosed with COVID-19. Their status is open for business right now. It was closed from April 22nd to May 7th, but now it's open. And I want to give you one other statistic before we move on. Antama, Iowa, the National Beef Packing Company, has 361 cases. The total number of workers at that location is 500. And their status as well is open for business. These people are risking their lives so that we can have meat on our dinner tables. And according to this email newsletter from Marion Nussel, who is a food politics expert at New York University, OSHA is not enforcing the CDC guidelines for social distancing, frequent hand washing, and other such measures. Now, OSHA stands for the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. And they're not doing a very good job, apparently, according to this email. It's important that we vote with our dollars. It's important that we know where our food comes from and that we make informed choices. This weekend, I did some research. I looked up the 4 different poultry companies who supply organic chicken to the grocery store where I shop for my clients and for myself. Everything they sell in that supermarket is organic, and they sell 4 different brands of organic chicken. And I thought, well, these look like small companies, they're reputable, they're local. I was shocked because I found that some of these small companies, what I thought were small companies, had been bought out by larger companies For example, Sonoma red chickens. Sonoma's right down the street practically from us, local. That's what the packaging indicates. That's what I think of, I should say, when I see that packaging. They were bought by Purdue. Rosie's Chicken, bought by Purdue. Rocky Organic Chicken, bought by Purdue. There's another brand called Smart Chicken, which again is all organic. That is owned by Tyson. So you can't take it for granted that you know where your food comes from. I took things a step further and I emailed my local farmers market and asked what their practices were for their poultry providers. And they are all small, mostly family fun farms. And they said that their productions are actually slowed down because they've been taking extra safety precautions for their employees. Now, I'm going to contact each of those companies individually. It takes a lot of time, and these people are busy, and a lot of times they don't get back to you for quite a few days if they're at capacity. So this week I made the decision to take poultry off of the menus of my clients. I have a lot of plant-based clients and some who eat poultry and fish, and I took chicken off the menu because I just didn't feel good about buying a product that I don't know the origins of. So I'm going to do more research. And I'm just telling you this because you can do this too. It's not just because I'm a food professional. You can also call your grocery store, find out what brands are offered, and then call those companies. See what safety practices are put into place for their workers. This is a really, really tough time in our country. All of the holes in our system, in our food system, and all these other systems are becoming gaping and obvious. And it's our job to make changes where we need to make changes. We have to vote with our conscience and use our dollars consciously. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. And it's up to you to make your own decision. We each, I should say, have our own values and our own priorities. But I urge you to be educated and to open your eyes and see what the reality is, and really think hard about what you want to eat, what you want to supply for your family, and where you spend your dollars. So I really thank you for staying for this whole 5 or 7 minutes of my presentation today, because I think it's very important. And I'm going to give you some resources in the show notes, the resources that I referenced today, so that you too can keep up to date with this information. And remember, use your voice, use your heart, and use your dollars to support what you believe in, support what's right for everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you next Friday.